I know people are settling in at the back end. I want to mention Canadian Song Quest. I really loved listening to it yesterday and today. And if you haven't heard of it, then just listen to 103.3. And you'll hear some great new songs from CanCon. And I wrote this week about a federal court judgment for Bethany Smith. And I was so proud to be a Canadian that gay lesbian rights were so strongly upheld here in Canada. Thanks.
Yep.
I saw a film by a local filmmaker, a young man. Went to Carleton and then went to Algonquin to make films. And it's called Stale Yellow, and his name's Tim Finnegan. So I want you to hear it. 3rd octave keyboard, F, G, A sharp, B, repeat urgently, a psycho woman beast, butcher knife in hand, lunges through the shower curtains, streams of red, screams of fear, pierce the theater, and we are transported to 1960 in the mind of Alfred Hitchcock. Anthony Perkins started out in the scary Bates Motel, and Tim Finnegan's A Stale Yellow delivers similar grime and chills in 2009. Bank in Sunnyside's Mayfair Theatre was full of cast members, families, and friends, and we were greeted by a mustachioed Tim Finnegan grinning like a clever Kevin Kline, dashing, a little bit Mad Hatter, handsome, quirky, and capable. Tim is in on the Movember movement. Everybody at work is in on it. I'm going to find a perfect tape-on variety for the end of the month picks. Give to the Beat Prostate Cancer movement. Tim and his friends are leaders in many areas. The filmmaker's back lot was locales grimy in Ottawa and Gatineau. In the movie, Kurt Galloway, played by Ian McEachran, is a fresh-faced Duddy Kravitz or Peter Parker type, minus the spidey senses. The slightly innocent, naive P.I. slips into the underworld of Chalice City to secure details of an old neighbor's wife actress. Like a low-budget Frank Miller Sin City, Chalice City sees the national capital in transmorgification. It reminds us of Basin City in Miller's film. Kurt is assisted by Ginger McCool, played by Neville Bell, whose chili recipe reminds me of a certain rib specialist in Thelma and Louise. Finnegan is comparable to writer-director David Mickelson, 22 years old, for his film Best Ribs in Town. I would pass on the chili. Let Ginger take you back to the first British invasion and the music of early rockers and glam punks. We next meet Moyer Jamie McAllister as the cleaner, a la supporters of La Femme Nikita, or author Jack Higgins' character who clean up after Sean Dillon. McAllister slides into the role of the gruesome, ghoulish worker with a slick sixth set of cool looks. Like the gravediggers in Hamlet, we have the comic relief of Varma, played by Islam Balba, and San Remo, Joshua Kitts, who remind us of reminiscence over poor Yorick's skull. Balba's character portrays a mix of Eastern occult and backwoods redneck scary. Kitts meets Galloway with a scene-stealing sneer and knife blade edge. There is a potential love interest in the film, as the softer side of the cleaners is portrayed by Rachel Marie Noland. Will she be torn from a bloody scene by a bewitched terror or show up in bed with Kurt in the sequel? Local dad, buddy of mine, hockey player, co-producer Paul Finnegan shows camera cool confidence as Kurt Galloway's dad. The entire cast fares well in this off Hollywood thriller. Keep an eye out for Finnegan Productions. Come to see Tim, Chris, and Paul and the gang in other local and big screen flicks.